Come on in, everybody. You can see a little bit of my view today. We still got smoke in the air, but that's better than it was yesterday. That first mountain you see, the dark blue one, I live in the Blue Ridge, just so you know. And I'm going to chit chat until everybody gets in here. That first mountain is called Burrell Mountain. Burrell. It's on the backside, on the north side of town. And our office kind of sits at the base of that mountain. Anyway, get on in here. I got my tea and my little. I will walk by faith even when I cannot see. 2 Corinthians 5:7. You know, yesterday I talked about don't trust anybody, and then yesterday afternoon I got my "In God We Trust" sign. You know, trust is trust is an amazing word when you think about it. What do you trust in? Do you trust yourself? But I'm not going to talk about that yet. We'll just wait for everybody to get in here. That's kind of the view, I'm telling you. So come on in. I got a gnat going around. The other day, I had a song pop up in my head. Trust and obey. You know, I'm on a trust week. And when I worked at Earthshine Mountain Lodge, we used to do trust falls. Wow. Trust. Who do you trust? You know, trust has to be earned. And once you know somebody's true heart, and you know what? God always shows you if it's an evil heart. He always does. He always does. I have a praise report this morning. My Moink box came. It's not Butcher Box, it's Moink, Moink. And we get a supply of meats from them every couple of weeks. And so I reorganized my freezer. I have a drawer for chicken, a drawer for beef, and another partial drawer for ground beef and burgers. And it was just so wonderful to be able to open up the freezer and find stuff. Who'd have thought that it would make such a big difference in being able to cook, is to be able to find things in your freezer. I found a roast I didn't know I had. So I think I'm going to cook that tomorrow. Tonight, it's probably going to be something with some burger, because I got some really good burger that hamburger I got for Christmas. Justin gave us a beef tenderloin, and he had it cut into steaks, and then what was left over he had turned into filet hamburger. So it's super good for hamburger steaks and stuff. So getting your freezer in order makes you feel good. And I threw some stuff out. I have a new rule, y'all. I have a new rule about my freezer. You want to hear it? Here's the rule. If you don't label it, don't put it in the freezer. It's just like if you put it on the calendar, it's going to happen, you know? If you don't put it on the calendar, it ain't going to happen. If you put a label on it, you'll know what it is, and a date. And keep a Sharpie close to where you're going to put stuff in the freezer. I got weird, at least the wind's not blowing. But we don't hear the wind chimes when the wind's not blowing. It's a good day in the neighborhood, I'm telling you. It really is. And I think I forgot to do my... Yeah, I did. Tulip, that was something big out in the woods. That was really big. Go check it out. She has a different bark for when she hears a deer. She has a yodel. It's the weirdest thing. Reason I knew I didn't do my little reverse thing is because I'm the same place on both screens instead of opposite. I smell that smoke. Mm-mm-mm. So I got my freezer done. I'm a little behind on some other things, posting my videos different places, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah, it's just time for tea and a break. Well, that sounded like a turkey. Tulip, is there turkeys in the yard? What's burning? Nantahala National Forest is burning. They're expecting some big rains this weekend, and they thought that that would put the fires out. So they did a control burn, which I don't believe in control burns. I believe they're good for the forest, don't get me wrong. But it's we've been really dry, and sometimes those fires, those control burns can get out of hand. It's just nice out here. Yeah, it is. It's nice. Tulip's being lazy. She's just being lazy. She likes a good old sunbeam. She's stretching now. You know, stretching is really good for you. Stretching is good for you. You know, this morning we talked a little bit about getting, going down that dark path of depression. You know, sometimes the first thing you have to do is get some exercise. I had somebody ask me this morning, you know, not just on our Fly Lady questions, but as soon as I got off the show, somebody said, how can I get rid of this stress? Well, stress is going to be there. Stress is going to be in your life. It's how you deal with it. If you hold it all inside, it's going to make things worse. But if you will get out and exercise, get your heart back centered on the Bible, listen to a book of the Bible while you're walking, and above all, forgive yourself. Ask God to forgive you, and then you got to forgive yourself for whatever you've done. Let it go, because Jesus died for our sins. That doesn't mean we walk around with a somber face and beat ourselves with up all the time. Believe God. He has forgiven your sins when you ask for it. And we all sin and fall short. That's why God sent us His Son to die for us on the cross. He sent us His Son to give us everlasting life because He knew we weren't perfect. He knew we could never be perfect. Wow, sneezing and holding a hot cup of tea is not a good idea. So, thank God for your blessings. All of them. All of your blessings. Count them. Name them one by one. Name them one by one. Tulip, what is that noise? She doesn't care. She's belly up on the deck. They're just no-count squirrels, aren't they? Now, Molly doesn't like squirrels at all. Miss Molly doesn't like squirrels. Where are you going? It's just a nice day in the neighborhood. I got here on time today. Got here on time today. There's Tulip behind me. What you doing? Somebody started up a mower. It's that time of year. Mowing the yard, weed eating, getting stuff done. Life is good. It really is. With a clean, all things are possible when your freezer is clean. We had to change the light bulb out, and I had to take a bunch of stuff out anyway, so I just took it out a little at a time and sorted it out on the counter, and then I took the drawers. I have little baskets that slide in and out because I have a side by side, and filled the drawers up. So be ready for the storm. Storm in Colorado, Missouri. Next latter part of the weekend, it's going to come here. Mm, I could take a nap out in the sunbeam. Just curl up with the sunbeam, tapping my foot on the. So I was talking about trust. Trust. Trust in the Lord. Walk by faith. Walk in. That's trusting. Trust in God, as it says on our money. And I'm going to get my sign up maybe this evening. Trust in the Lord. I heard some crows. The watch crows are coming. Just go outside, sit on your deck, and just see what you can hear. And just rock. Sometimes rocking is good. My granny used to rock. She loved her rocking chair. My granny Pickard, my great grandmother, she used to rock too. But my granny Deanie, my mother's mother, was a worrywart. And she would just rock and wring her hands, and rock and wring her hands. And you gotta trust in the Lord. Give it to God, and He will take care of things. He will. Got a puppy dog right here. She wants to stay right with us. She's our protector and pup. Protector and pup. Uh-oh, she wants to come up here. There's a face in my lap. Yeah, there is. Life is good. Yeah, you saw the little tail wagging. Yeah, just give it to God. Give any problems to God. You know, when I met Robert, I had thrown my hands up in the air and I said, "Okay, God, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna try to date or anything anymore. When when you find somebody that is is who you want me to be with for the rest of my life, you just send him my way. But I'm not gonna be searching for him anymore. I'm just gonna wait." And you know, within about a year and a month, God sent me Robert. And on our very first date, I knew I was going to spend the rest of my life with him. And my sister Patty said, "You're going to jinx it." I can just hear Linda K. Seals. I love your icon, that yellow rose. Yellow roses make me happy. We used to have a yellow rose bush on our carport in our little house in Tiptonville. Little, it was a running rose bush, and it covered the side of the carport, and it would have roses up until October. It was just the most beautiful rose bush I had ever seen. And some mornings I would break me off a rose and take it to school, and I would just smell of it all day long. Just keep it in my hand with my handkerchief. So, getting rid of depression sometimes means you have to First, give it to God. Ask for forgiveness. Let it go. And then take some steps, literal steps, to get some exercise. Drink your water. Fill your head with beautiful songs and music to sing. It's just, you gotta, you're holding on to the bad and not letting it go. You know, we hoard a lot of things, especially bad things. So if we'll let it go, we might find some relief. That letting go can help us get our houses in order, get our freezers in order, get our hearts in order. If we'll just let it go. Let it go and let God bless you. Because you are worthy to be blessed. You are. God feeds the little birdies. We feed them too. But they would eat even if we weren't out here. Little chickadee. So let go and let God. You know, it sounds so simple. Well, it is. You get down on your knees and you ask God to forgive you. You turn your cares over to Him, and then you take care of your house. Quit worrying about stuff. As I told my granny one time, Granny, sitting there rocking and wringing your hands isn't going to get you any closer to a solution to the problem. It's just time to get up. No rocking and wringing your hands. So folks, take care of yourself. Cast your cares on the Lord. That's my big wind chime that's ringing over there. It takes about a nice wind out of the south. Enjoy your tea. What's for dinner at your house? Give me some ideas. I cleaned out a freezer. Everything's frozen. Oh, I'm watching a good movie too. It's a documentary. I like to learn stuff. And it's a documentary that you can get on Amazon Prime. And you can rent it. And it's about kill chain. And it's about computers and hacking and stuff. And it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. I'm learning a lot. I tried to make salmon cakes the other day. Salmon croquettes, we called them when I was in school. And I'm telling you, Robert said, "Who told you I like salmon croquettes?" I hated those. And I said, "Mine are going to be made with fresh salmon." And he said, "No, don't really think I want that." It's the only thing he's ever turned down that I wanted to cook. Taco casserole sounds good. Well, if you hadn't watched it, check it out. That movie. It's a good one. I'm only about halfway through it. Fish, baked potatoes, and salad. I don't know what kind of bird that is. Yeah, I can just get so calm out here. It's kind of bossy, isn't it? Kind of bossy. Watchdog is on. Something's howling in the distance. I hadn't had catfish in a long time. It's good to plan for leftovers. Is there a blue jay? Do you see a blue jay? I love Warhorse. I read the book and saw the musical. It was a musical adapted from a book, and then they made it into a movie. Warhorse was a good one. I think it's about World War One. I miss the bird on the rail. We had crows on the rail yesterday. If we could find some peanuts in the hull, we could feed the crows. Tulip. I love living out. I've never lived in a city. I've always lived rural. It must have been a warning bark because Tulip was on it. Would you please share the recipe for what? What's the recipe you want me to share? Recipe for what? I'm watching. Because if I reach up to scroll back, I'll lose my train of thought. Paula's salmon souffle. Yum. Guess that's Paula Dean. Yeah, I don't have a recipe for salmon croquettes. I was just gonna make it up like you do crab cakes. I don't know the recipe for salmon souffle, but it does sound good. Well, I bet you can find it on DuckDuckGo. Paula. Sorry, Paula. Well, I better go check on where my dog went. Remember, trust in the Lord. Lay your cares on Him, and you'll have a better day. And it's okay to go to the doctor if you're feeling depressed. It's okay to get some medication. But first try the HALT method, HALT, hungry, angry, lonely, tired, thirsty. Clean clean off an area in your living room so that you have a clear space to look at so you're not being depressed by the clutter. Y'all can do it. And there was a fly baby this morning. I heard that her sink was shining. And her name is Angelina. Angelina. I think I'm pronouncing it right. and her sink was shining today. Little a little mouse told me. I'm talking low, and I didn't have my microphone on. Yeah, that's the problem. I had to go in and get my tea, and I took it off and never put it back on. So I'm so sorry. I apologize. But you got to hear the wind. Thanks for telling me. I love you all. I might not even share this video with anybody because the sound won't be any good. And it was a good video too. So everybody, my hair's blown all over the place. We love you too, Leah. Well, the Facebook video will be fine. Maybe I can capture it somehow. I'll listen to it to see how the sound. Your voice was always beautiful, even when it's low. Thanks, Sadie. Y'all are precious. Y'all have a good rest of the day. That view's coming in good today. I hear a woodpecker. You know, one time last fall I was sitting out here and an acorn fell out of the tree and hit me in the head. Okay, folks. The sound was good. That's great. Well, I have AirPods on for the Facebook one, and I have a microphone for the YouTube. We need to spend more time outside. You know what? You need some vitamin D. And you need to supplement too, because you can't get enough sitting out in the sun. I love you all. See you later.